Hey guys, welcome back. Quick update here on Bitcoin, BTC and Bitcoin Cash. So let's see, this was my last update from the 26th of April. I'm not sure if I updated this chart on YouTube. I think the last chart that I shared on YouTube was this one, but 2 days later I modified my lines because it was getting too messy and this triangle was being ignored. I had a smaller triangle first, if you remember here from the 21st of April, but this triangle wasn't too perfect because we had like a breakout here but without volume, and I was like, this is going to be ignored, this triangle, and we're gonna continue to go sideways. Actually, I said this before it happened here. So this triangle was ignored. Then I redraw this triangle and I made it bigger, if you see here, but it was ignored again. So I ended up deleting the triangles and making a channel which is more what it seems to be happening. It's just forming an uptrend channel here. So these are my new lines. If you guys want to copy them, I always recommend to copy my lines because then you know what's more likely to happen according to my my personal reading here. Not guaranteed, but yeah, it's useful if you copy my exact lines, because then you don't have to be wondering and waiting for my updates. So long as my lines are respected, then you know what's more likely to happen according to me. So what I said here, the 26th of April, these are my new lines for you to copy. The previous chart was getting too messy. For now, nothing changes. 6K is still in play. If we break down further, then 4.6K is my lowest target as of right now, and is where I would personally be interested in using some USD coin to buy the dip. But remember, my situation may be different than yours. I already hold a decent stack of crypto. If I have none, I would be buying every dip slowly, meaning I would have been buying this dip. I'm not in a rush to buy dips because I already hold a decent stack, but for me personally, if we were to break down to 4.6K, this would be my buy the dip level, as you can see here. So what's been happening since then? Here is the actual chart. So yeah, still inside the channel. We bounced here at support of the channel, which is also the support of this diagonal line. This diagonal line is a very important line if you want to know where it comes from. It comes from all the way back to 2013. It's been the multi-year trend line. It touched here, and then it was support here for the whole, slow uptrend in 2015, 2016. So it is a very important line. It's a multi-year trend line. We break below it briefly, and then we quickly came back above it. So this is a very important line. The line that the price was following for years. So we're back above it. This is bullish, and it signals a strength, It signals we should be following this line. So yeah, not much to update. 6K is still the most likely. I talked about the 20-week moving average in my last video. So let's see. Remember, guys, I said this is in my last video on YouTube. You can go ahead and watch it if you haven't. So I said that we were exactly finding resistance at the 50-week moving average. I would have expected more rejection because it is a very long-term, very strong moving average. So I would have expected more rejection here, more red volume, a breakdown. It hasn't happened. We have been here already for 4 weeks pushing on this moving average. So this signals continuation. It usually, I've said this many times, when we hit some important resistance and the price doesn't reject, but it manages to stay near resistance for a prolonged period of time, pushing and knocking here, it usually indicates that it wants to break out of resistance. So yeah, I have been saying this since forever, guys. I think we're on the way back to 6,000, probably overshoot and then crash and consolidate, continue to consolidate at 6,000 here, unless the only thing that would make me change my mind is if something really catastrophic happens to crypto, some event that I can probably not predict. Say, for example, something, shit hits the fan with the Tether situation, or another hash war, or some event like this, then yes, I would believe we could, panic lower. But so far, the Tether news are doing nothing to the price. So yeah, I'm still, my assessment hasn't changed. I think we're still going up to 6,000, and we'll take it from there if we get there. So that's that for BTC. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash. This was my last update as well, from the 26th of April. I shared this on Twitter, by the way, guys. Follow me on Twitter if you are not following me there, because I send updates on Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash pretty constantly on Twitter. So yes, this was my last update. I said, let's see, with the recent breakout on the Bitcoin dominance chart and today USD Tether FAT news affecting crypto markets, I think the red path is the most likely to play out. Just a heads up, I will personally be buying the green box if the price gets there. So yeah, I had these two paths here, the black and the red, for a long time. You see, I draw this path here way before it even happened, and I said this is I expect one of these two to play out. And in the end, the red one seems to be playing out. So I was planning for a long time to buy in the green box. Whether the black path would play out or the red path would play out, I wasn't going to give any buy signals until this green box was visited here. Whether we break up, I would have expected, a heavy crash here. So I was waiting for a long time to buy the green box down here. Now, I didn't, when I draw this box here long ago, this was the 5th of April, I didn't have my buy orders set yet, because obviously when I draw these lines, I don't even know if they will play out. Like, I don't even have a super high probability because nothing happened yet, right? So I don't set my buy orders until we get closer to the target, and until I see the price is actually playing out the way I expected. So when we were approaching here, when I was like, okay, I think from here it's more likely the red path will play out, then I set my buy orders, and I updated the exact prices on my premium groups on Telegram. I had one buy order at the top of the box, which was at 243, and then another one around the middle of the box, exactly at 231. So those were my buy orders, which I notified on the groups as soon as I set them on the exchange. And so what we had here is, it was, the buy orders were pretty much exactly at the bottom of this downswing here. We bounced in this diagonal support line. It's also a very important line because this is the main diagonal resistance line that's been dictating the whole bear market, and we finally broke above it. You see, it comes from all the way from the top of the market, one touch, two touch, three touch, and here finally we broke above it. We bounced once, and now we bounced again. This is a very important line. Not only that, I also described this on the Telegram groups before it happened. I said, when we were falling here, I said, look guys, we're gonna have support, not only the diagonal support line, which used to be resistance, we also are gonna have the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average, which already crossed bullish. So very likely we're going to bounce into the cross, and that's like triple level of support. Also, the RSI is really oversold right now, so it was very likely we would have a bounce here. Now, the volume is not impressive, which suggests that we're not going to have continuation here in this pump. The volume decreasing here while the price is going down, slowly, I would say. It took forever to go down a little bit here. So this suggests that we are still consolidating and tightening here inside this pattern, which is a bull flag type pattern. So long as we are inside this channel and the volume is still decreasing, it means we're just tightening here. And until we don't see a break, a break of the resistance line or the support line, but the resistance line is more probable since this is a bullish pattern, but until we don't see a breakout of this line with a significant volume, with a spike of volume, I'm not going to assume, a pump continuation. But overall, we are bullish. We are just consolidating and tightening and preparing for the next break in the upside. For now, just consolidating. So yes, I got this dip here. Some people in my groups got it as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if we go down one more time, bounce again here, or get close to maybe find support here at 243 again, and then eventually break in the upside. But for now, yeah, we're just forming here a continuation pattern or a bullish pattern, whatever you want to call it. Just waiting for the volume signal before expecting an actual breakout and another significant pump here. Of course, we could break support as well. This support line is very significant, so if it breaks in the downside, it's not going to be good. We will see. If it happens, then we'll take it from there. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.